Hello, good morning. Welcome to another Midwestern Saturday. It's a Midwestern Saturday because I just mowed the lawn. It was way too hot, but there's football on later today. Well, also right now. It just depends on which game you're hoping to watch, if at all. If you're not here to watch any games, that's fine. We're here to clean games over here, but not football games. No, just video games. Hello, everyone. I'm Chadley. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday so far. I haven't cleaned or done a stream in a while, so I want to get back on it. We'll start with a nice cleaning stream today, and then tomorrow I'm hoping to get to some sort of gameplay stream. I'm not sure what it's going to be quite yet. I'm here today with my cat Leo, who's down there on the floor, and also 80 is around here somewhere too. They may come in and say hi at some point. But yeah, so I think we're going to go ahead and kick into it. So I got some recent pickups, mostly some from eBay, mostly some from my local game store, Warp Zone in Hilliard, if you're following along at home. So I just want to show off some of those and clean them off a little bit before I add them to my collection and put them on my bookshelves. So as you can see, I've got my webcam here from my camera, hopefully pointing down on the floor, and hopefully it'll work just fine this time around. So get into it. So first one I have today is Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. Picked it up for just $8. I have a really small PSP collection. At least I did before very recently. I had like 5 or 6 games or something like that. Not much at all. So I've been slowly working on building up the like cheap all-time classics on a PSP. So Ratchet & Clank Size Matters is a big one there. Not a lot of cleaning we got to do on this one, but there are some smudges up in here that's like not on the sticker, that's on the case. But other than that, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. We're just going to give that a good wipe down, make sure it's in great shape before I put it in my collection. So I have my receipt in here, but also have it came with the manuals and all that stuff that comes with it. Love to see that. Got back in there. Oh, right. The reason I opened this up is so I can take this out. Nice, very nice thing they did here is they didn't actually stick this to anything. They just kind of stuck it in there. Oh, no, I guess it is a little bit stuck. Oh, it's taped on. It's taped on. Okay, hold up a minute. Put that to the side for a second. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out anyway, just so I can get a real good clean on it. There. All right, so I gotta fold this up and over. Go. I'm just gonna slowly peel that tape back. There we go. No issue there. Cool. So right now I'm just gonna fold that tape back underneath there. Like that. Okay, so that'll make it so I can put that back in the case when I'm done if I want. So, once again, there's like a little bit of smudges and stuff on here, nothing too bad. I'm going to take a paper towel. Just fold it in half. I'm going to take some all-purpose cleaner. So I've got some Method all-purpose cleaner is what I'm using today. Get a good squirt on there. I'm just going to wipe off the outside of this. Make sure if I find any of those little gunky spots, like right up here. Stabilize that a little better. And then you can see all that color I'm picking up is all dirt and grime that was on that case. So, you know, this was, again, on a storefront. This is what they put on the shelves to sell to someone else, and it's already this dirty and gunky. So it's doing a little better. Still got a spot up here and up there, so we're not quite done yet. I might have to give this just a second pass through. We'll see. Yeah, let's do it. So I even got the full story of where this Warp Zone got all of their PSP games in lately. They had a big haul come in. Apparently, some big gamer friend of theirs had passed away, and so their spouse had left behind or had brought over all of their like PSP games and said, you know, hey, can you just like take these off my hands for me? And they're like, sure. So I think they paid her like $100 for probably in the neighborhood of 30 PSP games or something like that. Probably plus a PSP, I'm guessing. And so they hadn't even priced them all out when I came in. They were like, hey, we just got some. I see you're looking at your PSP games. We just got some in. Do you want to take a look at them? And I was like, oh yeah, sure do. And so they had a bunch of, you know, your usuals that I don't really care too much about, a lot of sports games, whatever. They had this Ratchet and Clank Size Matters, and I was like, all right, how much for that? And they said $10. And I said, I don't know, man. I don't know. $10 for a PSP game? The most I've spent on a PSP game is like $5, because I'm cheap like that. So I passed, but when I came back a few days later, they had the same one on the shelf now, so it had been processed in their system and put away, and now it was $8. And I was like, that's the discount I was looking for. There we go. So yeah, right now I'm just using this kind of scraping tool to get off any of these like kind of like weird gunky spots that just aren't coming off with just my cleaner quite yet. Trying not to like gouge the plastic or anything, but some of these goo spots just needed something. They needed something physically stronger to scrape them off. That looks like it's on the inside. There we go. All right. Let me give that one more wipe down. Gotten that all off, and then we'll get to the insides and we'll get to the edges. Flip it over. We'll just wipe down that inside, see how dusty and grimy that is, or if we're mostly good. It's not too bad. Not atrocious. But since we're here, might as well go ahead and wipe it down since I got everything out of there. Just make sure we're in good shape. Pretty okay to me. Oh. And then finally, we're just going to go around the edges. Try to make sure we get off any gunk that's in there. And one down the spine. There we go. Alright, that's looking much better. No issues with that. I'll go ahead and put all the pieces and parts back together. And we'll take a peek at the game and see if that needs anything at all. It probably doesn't. Since we're here, might as well take a look at it. Registration card with the manual. Nice. That there. And then I'm going to keep this receipt so I can remind myself what I paid for it years later. And in fact, I'm even going to take this sticker, the price sticker, and stick that guy in there too. Alright, how's our game looking? Not bad. Not a lot of issues on that. Hello! Hello, Jarbashov. Hello, Silver Marquee. Welcome on in, PSP cred. Alright, I got my last paper towel real gross from that last one. So I'm going to start with this fresh sheet. Just a little bit of cleaner. Not as much needed here. Just going to go ahead and wipe down the outside of this with my all-purpose cleaner. Just trying to get off any sort of dirt and grime that happened on there. PSP cred. That's right. I am not much of a PSP gamer. I honestly have never beaten a PSP game, which is shocking. I was always a Nintendo fanboy growing up, so I picked up a PSP extremely late in the system's lifetime just to make sure I didn't miss it entirely. So I've played like a little bit of the games and stuff, but not many. And I was saying before, I don't have a very big library for PSP, so I've been kind of going back and trying to pick up some of the classics. Are you using your iPhone with the new cord you got? Yes, I am. That is how I'm streaming this one. So you can just barely see it on this corner here that I got my iPhone pointing down and my little cleaning mat. All right, so there's Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. Oh, one more thing I like to do in my cleaning streams before I put this game away, which I already did, is, oops, sorry, mash. Here we go. All right, we're going to pull out my PSP and make sure this game works. So currently, I should have Jeanne d'Arc in here, the game I've been playing. Slide in Ratchet and Clank, boot it up, hope my battery is working, and make sure the game is working. Mega Man and Patapon, the games I need to pick up. You're not wrong. I don't have either of those. I did play once, way back when I was like borrowing a PSP just to try it out. I put in Mega Man Powered Up, I think it was, and was like offended by how much I didn't like how it played. I was like, oh, everything feels weird. The jumping feels weird, and the shooting feels weird, and the graphics are too pretty. I didn't like it, so I never picked up Mega Man Powered Up back when it was not expensive. Patapon, I think I played that emulated at some point. What are we doing here? Got a green light. There it goes. It's booting up. Okay. Looks like it's working. I was saying Patapon. Yeah, I think I played an emulated version of Patapon on a hacked PlayStation TV, I think it was. Oh yeah, it looks like it's booting up just fine. Probably making some great grinding noises for you. Wegaman, welcome on in. Clean stream. That's right. That's right. So we were just cleaning up Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. Looks like it's working just fine. Oh, that's weird. There's no save games on here. That's weird. It's not weird. I haven't played it before. All right. That one can be put away. It is working correctly. Cool, cool. I don't know what that graphical glitch was. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm not responsible for that. Can't be held responsible. Chibi Mega Man is an acquired taste. Maverick Hunter X, on the other hand, is dumb. I'm not so sure Mega Man on the PSP is a must-have at this rate. It sounds like it's pretty passable. Is Bethesda producing this today's stream? That's right. It's just minor Bethesda graphical glitches, everyone. Don't worry about it. We will patch that out. Don't worry. The modders are already on it. The modders are fixing it as we speak. Let's see. What else did I get from the Warp Zone in Hilliard? I got this, which is not much, you'd think. This was in their, like, free basket. Gidget, hello. Welcome on in. Loving the clean vibes here. Thanks for coming in and checking out, hanging out, checking out the cleaning stream. Just trying to have a nice chill stream where I pick up or clean up all the stuff I picked up lately before I catalog it and put it in my collection. But yeah, so they just had this in their like free box outside the like by the door. That was like, yeah, we don't want this stuff, so just take it. So it does have this like goober on it that I'm going to try to clean. But yeah, I was pretty excited to. I've been looking to get. I would love to ideally have one of these for every Super Nintendo game I own. I would say I maybe have, I'm just going to peek. Maybe half of my games have a sleeve on them. So I would like to get them. They're expensive. And every time I look at them, I'm like, those are too expensive. I could just buy a video game instead of buying cases for the video game. So I'm not going to buy them. And then the prices keep going up. And then I keep getting more and more stubborn about that's too much to pay for just a case for a game. Powered Up is cool because there's a level editor and 2 original Robot Masters that were planned to be in Mega Man 1. Oil Man and Time Man are in there. That's cool. I mean, I will have to try it at some point. All right, so I think my plan on this one is I'm going to take a cotton swab, and this is on the inside, so I think that's the best way to, like, get to this point. Otherwise, it's hard to reach. And now, this is a good question. This is plastic. So I don't really want to use alcohol on this. That's not really a great chemical for plastic. So I think what I'm going to use is heptane. Heptane is more of like a rubber cement cleaner. So what we're going to do is just dip my Q-tip in here. I'm gonna drip off all the excess. I'm gonna put the lid on this before I have a chance to drop this and spill it all over my computer. That would be an expensive problem. SNES snuff prices are so crazy these days. Yes, they are expensive Super Nintendo games. So we're trying this. It might take a second to eat at it, so I'm just gonna kind of drop on it, but you can see something is definitely coming off there. Job's taking notes. Yeah, I really enjoy actually cleaning my games off. It's getting to a point where, like, now when I'm on eBay and I see like a gross, terrible game that's real dirty, I'm like, ooh, is that potential content? I could buy that and stream it. Who cares if it's Tiger Woods 2007? It's filthy, and I could clean it. Clean it on stream. All right, so yeah, if you haven't noticed, that spot is pretty much gone. So I'm just kind of taking what's left of my cleaner before it all dissolves, and just kind of getting the corners, which again, where it gets pretty gross. There we go. And then yeah, let's take a look. That's looking much, much better. You could put a Super Nintendo game in that. A little scratched up right there, but no real problems. Power Wash Simulator Retro Game Edition. The real prize was the content we streamed along the way. That's right. All right, so I'm just gonna get a little bit of cleaning solution just to give this a quick wipe down. Again, if it was that gross on the inside, then who knows what the outside of this is gonna look like. So just kind of rubbing that off. Not a lot of color coming off of it, thankfully, though, so I don't think this is that bad. I'm just gonna kind of run it through the middle. Whoops, punched a hole in it. All right, that's fine. It's fine. All right, there we go. Wait, hang on. Hold up a minute. It's too much residue. Get that out of there. Okay. Cool. So that'll be ready to put on my most prized Super Nintendo possession that doesn't already have one of these labels. Without looking, what do I think is the most expensive Super Nintendo game I have that doesn't already have a sleeve on it? I'm guessing UN Squadron, maybe? That's probably not that expensive of a game, but I'm gonna say UN Squadron might be where that thing ends up. Okay, so that was my Warp Zone haul. Next up is gonna go to some eBay pickups. I think I'm gonna do this one next. This is one I was pretty excited to get. This is Deja Vu on Nintendo. This is made by the same people who did Shadowgate, is probably their most famous example in this. So I had Shadowgate as a kid, and I beat it this year for the first time ever. I've never beaten Shadowgate before. So I finally beat Shadowgate. Was super excited to do it. It was a lot of fun because when I was a kid, I didn't have the patience for it. I didn't understand how the saving worked. I didn't understand how the torches worked. But as an adult, I was able to be like, okay, I get it now. And like, also I already remembered and was expert at the first 2/3 of the game. So that was good. I just got to the point where I got stuck and finally beat it. I was super excited when I beat the part that always got me stuck as a kid. I was angry at the solution because I thought even as an adult, it was nonsense. But I got past it. So anyway, when I got past it, I was excited to say, let's see what else is in this same genre of point and click adventures on Nintendo. So I've got my special screwdriver that's meant for these little hex screws in here. So we're gonna loosen up all these screws, put them on our mat over here in the screw section so I don't lose them all. And then we will clean off this board. And yeah, speaking of game cases, I was excited that this eBay item came with the NES sleeve. Same story, really. I would love to have an NES sleeve for every NES game I have. I would estimate right now I'm probably close to 80% of my NES games have sleeves. So I just have to pick up a few more sleeves at some point. Again, they used to be like $1 a piece, and now they're like $3 a piece, and it's atrocious. Shadowgate is awesome. I actually grabbed the Game Boy version of Shadowgate earlier this year. Nice. Jarbatrov thinks he knows what Shadowgate is. Ooh, okay. I'm seeing some interesting stuff in here so far. Up here is some awkward white residue. I'm guessing Well, I don't know what that is. I was gonna say it was like maybe a Brasso or something like that, something that would have been used to clean the contacts at the bottom. But how'd it get all the way up here? Actually, I'm not sure what that is. Ooh, it does have a battery in it. That is a CR2032 battery. I believe that would require solder to get that off the board. So hopefully I don't have to replace that. I've never replaced a battery in a video game before. It's on my list of things I need to do one day. I do own a few games I know have a dead battery. The biggest one is Wario Land 3 on Game Boy Color. That was a game I was planning on beating this year until I realized that I don't actually have a working copy of a battery. The battery runs out on it. So what I like to do on these is I'm going to take a pink eraser, mod it to be an easily replaceable battery. I know that would be good, right? Maybe one day I'll look into how to do that and do it on stream like I know what I'm doing. So I'm just taking a rubber pink eraser, the kind that costs like, I don't know, 33 cents at an office store during back to school sales. And I'm going to take this to these little metal contacts on here and just to kind of get the grime off of here. A lot of people will use chemicals on these, and I don't think you usually need to. Maybe I'll use a little chemicals on the end to get it like real clean. But the first step for me is just to wipe off the contacts like it's like you're getting pencil shavings and pencil eraser off of here. So I'm just kind of pushing down, flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. Trying to be careful not to put too much pressure on the actual circuitry board above. Thankfully, these contacts look like they're in pretty good shape. I think this probably would boot up first time, but again, just to be sure, let's clean it off. And also, the more dirty games I put inside my Nintendo console, the faster my Nintendo console stops working and needs to have its 86 pin collector or whatever it is cleaned off, which is a much harder process than just cleaning off a game. All right, so let's take a look at that and see our progress so far. So already, yeah, you can't really see much grime or anything on there. That should be pretty good. This side's got just a little bit of grime over on this side. Not too bad. Give that just one more pass on this side. And then once I'm done with the eraser, then I will take some isopropyl alcohol and polish off these contacts a little bit. All right, looking good. All right, so I've got 91% isopropyl alcohol in a little squeezy bottle, so I don't have to use the whole dang thing all at once. And I'm going to take a Q-tip, or just the other side of the Q-tip that I used on this test case. This side's still not used yet. Let's go. That right there. Give it a little couple drops on there. Get that nice and soaked. Oh, Gidget's following. Hello. Thanks for the follow, Gidget. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm just kind of rubbing downward on these contacts. Admiring the labeling. Yes. Use the label maker that we have up in the craft room for... Can you print me off a 91% isopropyl alcohol? I didn't want to forget what number I use. All right, so... good to check at this point to see how dirty is your Q-tip, and it's not a lot of color coming off of there so far, which is good. That means it's pretty much done with its cleaning, so that's good. Not a lot needs to get done here, but good to just make sure it looks great, make sure any little dust and particles are gone, make sure any of the that one actually did pull up some color. All right, maybe we're not as done as I thought. The backside is what's gross. But yeah, make sure I get any of those pencil shavings out of there. Oh, yeah, it's coming up. Okay. Yeah, I've got... let me see if I can get that shown. A little bit of dirt and gray on there. Now, the other thing I'm going to try to do while I'm here, see if I can get to any of this stuff. Oh, yeah, that's coming right off. So just taking that residual isopropyl alcohol, just a little bit. Don't want to use too much. And I'm just taking that to that weird white goo that was up here. And it looks like it's coming right off, so that's good. Okay, just looking for any other spots I need to get while I've got it out. Pretty good. The alert scared the crap out of you. Okay, my alerts are too loud. That's good to know. I can fix that. Hold, please. Hold, please. Thanks for the feedback. I have turned down the Streamlab alerts noise. Yeah, this is pretty good. Oh, I actually don't want to use alcohol on this. If you ever read carefully on the back of your Nintendo Contact games, they should say, oh, maybe not this one. Oh, it's not this one. I need one that doesn't have a battery in it. But they mentioned that you want to make sure you don't use alcohol on these plastic contacts. So fine, geez. I'll put my alcohol away. I'll go back to another paper towel. Give that a spray. So we're just gonna kind of wiping down the excess there. Shouldn't get too much on the inside. Most of the time, these look fine when I open these up. Not a lot of gunk or goo on them. Really, it was the outside I wanted to worry about. So I don't know if you can see it, but there is a little mark up here. Yeah, a little bit there showing up on camera. There you go. You can see some sort of goo that's up there. I'm not sure what that is. If it might be residual from cleaning off something else. It could be someone used like a sandpaper or something on here at some point. But we'll hit that again here in a second to see if I can get off as much as possible. For this, I want to make sure my when I get in the label that most of my cleaner is actually dried up. I just want just a tiny bit because I don't want to get that wet. So get there. There. All right, the front is good. I'm gonna get real close on here and get like a circle of wetness. And then we're gonna go at these little spots on here. See if I can get rid of any of that residue that was there. I think we can. It's better right above my thumb, huh? Yeah, looks better. Looks like it's working. Maybe not going to get 100% of it, but it doesn't need to be perfect. I just want it to be better than it was when I started. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. Yeah, barely can see some spots, maybe right there. Did I get any more playtime with Sea of Stars? No, I'm still at 3.5 hours into it so far. Spent all of yesterday on Bandcamp Friday, picking up all sorts of games and things I needed, or all kinds of music I needed. Sorry, I spent a ton of money on Bandcamp Friday. It was ridiculous. I needed someone to stop me. It was bad. I always put these in backwards, and looks like yet another time that I put this in backwards. Can never remember how this goes on first try. Still struggling. Look like I know what I'm doing all the way till I get up to this point. Then I'm a fool who doesn't remember which way an NES cartridge goes. All right, let me flip. Maybe it's the front. Is it the front? Yeah, I need to log into the front. That's why. Still backwards, I think. There we go. All right, first try. We got it. We got it in there, everybody. Chrono Trigger jams. Speaking of harder things to do than you'd think, I've also snapped one of these like plastic doohickeys on an NES cartridge before too, not putting it together correctly. So I try to do a much better job of rotating it down from the top nowadays. Oops. so we're just putting the screws back in there. Everything looks pretty great there. I'm not really worried that this game won't work. I will have to probably test this one after the stream. Not as easy to test it live since my NES is over there behind me on my shoulder, over my shoulder. Trying to plug in a USB charger. It takes like 10 tries. That's right. That's right. It's absolutely the USB charger of our millennial times. All right, same thing though. This case, let me give this a quick wipe down too. Use a little bit of that cleaner again and just wipe down the outside of this guy. Who knows how gross this could be? What kind of dangers has this protected that game from? And see if I can get inside there. Nice. All right. Deja vu back in there. Boom, and we will test that later. Make sure that's working. All right. Next up, let's go with my most expensive pickup. Was Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 on Game Boy Color. Paid a little more than I wanted to pay on this one, but I wanted to have this in my collection, so it happens, you know? Before I do this, I don't know if you can hear it through my microphone. Probably not. But it's a little bit loose in here. And that made me worried. So we're going to bust this open. I almost never open up a Game Boy game. But we're going to open this one up just to figure out if there's why it's making a loose rattling noise in there. Now this one, I remember it slides. There you go. Put that together. So yet again, a battery. Don't know if it works or not. Don't know what kind of battery that is. It looks like it's on the other side of it. 1998 Nintendo. There you go. So many good memories of Dragon Warrior 1 and 3 on Game Boy. I have not yet played Dragon Warrior 3 either. That's another one I gotta go find. Yeah, let me show the before actually on these contacts, so that I can show you an afterward later. So you can see there's a little bit of, you know, grime and stuff on there. So we'll give it an eraser cleaning again. See what that looked like afterward. So again, I'm just kind of rubbing down toward the bottom of this, trying to avoid most of the green parts of this. That part's fine, shouldn't need any cleaning there. I'm just trying to rub off any debris that's built up on these metal contacts. If it still looks gross, we can go left and right with it, but I'll start just pushing down, which should be all it needs. Take a look at that now and see how it looks. It's looking a little better. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do a little bit of left and right. And then go back down. You can tell if you really need to do this or not, because you see what looks like pencil shavings. Just like you're in school. You always get that like graphite look. I'm gonna get a fresh Q-tip here. Get up my isopropyl alcohol again. Yeah, I would like to go through Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and 3, as well as it's the Final Fantasy collection that made me think about it. I wanted to kind of relive all those and kind of see where the series has come from. Thankfully, not a lot of color coming up off there, so that's a good sign. Shouldn't be too bad. think this plastic's okay. I'm gonna leave it and not mess with it too much. Oh boy, here's a challenge again. Can I remember which way does it go? Probably not. All right, that's probably correct because it just slid in there. I think if I put it in the other way, let's find out. Yeah, it doesn't really fit right. There we go. Now, can I remember how to do this correctly? There it goes down, there it goes slightly off center, down, and then you push up to slide that in place. Flip that over. Put that screw in there. And then I'm going to try to tighten this pretty good. I don't normally try to over tighten these, but the way this was rattling around before, I want to see if I can fix it just by tightening the screw down. Not too tight, don't want to break the plastic. Still rattling a little bit. A little bit of rattle. Might just be how it is on a nice Game Boy Color game. Alright. Get out a Game Boy Advance SP and see if we can get this game to work. Silver Marquis says, I'm over here saying, yeah, you got in there right! As loud as if I can hear. Yeah, that's it! You got it! Thanks for that. Appreciate it. I can feel your energy. Good news. Looks like this is booting up just fine. Very exciting. I'm actually currently playing this on a hacked Super Nintendo Classic right now. Dragon Quest 1, that is. Dragon Warrior 1. It's not Dragon Quest yet. And I'm like, oh man, 3/4 of the way through the game, maybe? Boy, does that game not hold up very well today with how much grinding you have to do and how clunky it is. Ooh, looks like our battery is still working because we still have save files for it. Dick, Mike, and so that's good. They're only level 4, so they didn't get very far in this game, which I don't blame you. This game is tough to do without a guide. There's a lot of hidden secrets and things you just gotta know, or it's a lot more fun if you only own 20 video games in your whole collection. Just reminding me, there's a Dragon Quest Collection 1 through 3 that came out on Switch, and it's like the Final Fantasy Collection that came out with not so great mobile game graphics instead of sprites. Yeah, they did come out with those. You can get them digitally. They go on sale a little bit. There is a Think an Asian copy that you can get that has all of it physically. But yeah, they're not very good ports. They're just the mobiles, and they're just thrown in there. So I was offended by them and thought it would be better to get the Game Boy Color version that has just a little bit of improvements on them, and do that instead. So it's better, but it's still not all the way there. Well, we've got our Game Boy Advance SP. Let's keep going with these. Boy, this was a heartbreaker for me. I bought this one. I've been looking for CT Special Forces for almost a year now, probably, trying to get this for cheap. And by cheap, I mean under $40, because I won't pay more than retail for it. So finally was able to get this one. I got it for like, I think like $28, something like that. I was super excited. And then a week after I bought it, another copy shows up on eBay with a buy it now price of $25. And I was like, oh no. And then I watched it just to see where it ended. And then I got an offer for, do you want to buy it for $20? And I was like, I already bought this game a week ago for way more money than you're offering me right now, bud. But it was already in the mail. I couldn't do anything about it. Couldn't stop it. So for this one, I don't think I need to open this up. I'm just gonna take a Q-tip and just go through here like this. We're just gonna get some isopropyl alcohol on there. Wegaman says it was a good choice, though. I do have the second one as well that I think was cleaned on a previous cleaning stream on this channel. One more. So I wanted to get the first one, which is not as good as the second one, to be fair. I wanted to get it just so I could have the collection. I would love to get the third one as well, but that one is way more rare. If I do see it, I doubt I'll see it for less than $40, so I probably won't be able to add it to my collection, because I will not pay more than retail. That is how my collection works. Alright, so not a lot coming off there, just kind of like this weird chunk that came off there. That's Cool. So anyway, we'll just go right into testing that and see if that works. Feels like that always happens. Yep. And it's not like it was impulsive buy, right? Like I was looking at that game for a long time before I made the final purchase on it. We're booting up. We are in good shape. CT Special Forces. It's good. I mean, I don't know if the game is good. If they know to scalpers. I mean, they're all scalpers. How else are you going to buy a game like this unless you find it from a scalper? That's all you got. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, that looks like fun already. Happy to see that one's working. Put that over in the keeper section. And, oh, I have one more Game Boy Advance game to show. Speaking of eBays and buy it now, this one came in this cute little case. I was like, oh, it's adorable. I love that. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. In fact, I'm going to clean it, too, because it's kind of dirty. But inside was Avatar: The Burning Earth. It's got some goobers on it. This one's going to take some TLC. This one's going to be a bit. So there's something on the top label there. I can't tell if that's on the outside or if that's like damage. So we'll work on that. And then the back side, oh, wait, get ready for this. This is Chad Garvin cleaning material right there. Look at all that. Look at all that. We got to get all that off of there. So, same thing though. This game was, I think, a buy it now price of $7, maybe $8. I was like, yep, buying that, got it. And then a week later, another one showed up that was an auction that ended at like $5 plus a dollar, or $5 shipping plus like $1.25. So, oh well. I've been looking for the Avatar series for like a year and a half too. That's not a new one. All right, so what's our game plan on this one? I think I'm going to start with a plastic scraper and just see what'll come off. I'm going to try to be pretty gentle at first because I don't want to like gouge this label at all. So we're just going to kind of take my little plastic scraper and try to see if it's coming up at all. So I'm going to already show you how that's coming. But it looks like so far that's coming off. So I think if I'm just continue to be mostly careful, I'll get that white stuff off of there and then I'll get some cleaner to get off the like goo that's underneath it. So I'm happy this is coming off. I was afraid when I saw pictures of it that was like damage to the label, not something stuck on top of the label. Progress report. Oh yeah, it's looking way better. It's almost gone. So yeah, I think we got all the white stuff off of it. Just a little bit of grime up there that needs to get wiped off with some just all-purpose cleaner. Let's go ahead and get the oh, I wasn't even ready. Hang on. The back. Oh, it's so bad. Okay. The back side, we'll get that off. Okay. Same thing. We're going to use our plastic scraper to see what kind of junk we can get off of here. And then we'll use some cleaners to get off the sticky residue as needed. So round stickers, always a little harder than square or rectangle stickers, because you can't just find a weak corner and go for it. You kind of have to go like all the way around it to get this clean. Ooh, there is a weak corner though. That's good. So I'm just trying to do some patience here, patiently scraping up and under here. Going all the way around, taking my time. I'm trying to even read this sticker. It looks like it says F.T $6.3 maybe? I don't know. Not quite what you'd put on for like a yard sale, so I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Maybe FT is like the... Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Gonna continue working my way around here. All right, feels like it's coming up pretty good here. I probably could just pull this and lift it off, but at this rate, I'm kind of afraid of now, after all this progress, ripping it and leaving something behind. I think instead what I might do is just focus on one side at this point, instead of going all the way around the whole time. And again, you want to make sure, I'm trying to make sure I'm not too forceful with this, because I don't want to gouge this plastic with my little tool here. It is stuck pretty good on there for, you know, what was again like a garage sale type of sticker. I'm guessing this sticker's been on this game for more than a decade. The way it's clinging on to for dear life here. There we go. Gone. Pretty clean. Not too bad. Just gotta get some of the white stuff. Could be someone's initials. If it was in a yard sale with multiple people, that could be. That could be. Could be initials. It's a little tough because it's right where the Nintendo letters are. So it's both coming up and also rough because I keep hitting plastic chunks as I try to peel this off. Also have to check my collection, but I think this avatar purchase here might have finished off everything I was looking for. I think this completes my avatar search. And I was trying to get the first Avatar game and Burning Earth on Game Boy Advance. I was trying to get Burning Earth on Nintendo DS, and I was trying to get the sequel Inferno, Into the Inferno, something like that, on Nintendo DS as well. And I think I've got them all now. So I think I can go to that good old eBay and delete that saved search from my my list. One less. Time to replace it with 3 more. Let's see, do a progress report. So yeah, we still got just little bits. I'm going to try to get off before I get any sort of chemicals or cleaning off there. Where do you get your cleaning supplies? Good question. I'd say half of it is Amazon and half of it is like a pharmacy, like a CVS or something like that, I think. So the plastic scrapers, I got these off Amazon. The metal one I think has the longer name. Yeah, these are called Scotty Peelers. It was like a 3-pack that came with this metal one, which is usually too hard for something like this. I'll use it for emergencies only. And then like 3 of these plastic scrapers that eventually I'll need to replace, because if you see, like, they kind of get gummed up on the corners as you use them. So eventually I will have gummed it too much and I'll need to get a replacement. But for now, it's still good. The mat came from Amazon. The gloves came from Amazon. And then, yeah, like, you know, Q-tips, erasers and stuff, you just got it. I got it like other stores. The isopropyl alcohol I got from a CVS or something like that. 70% is easy to find, but I'm looking for 91%. I want less water in there. So that one took a bit because I got it like during the pandemic when it was not easy to find cleaning materials at that time. Now, where did I get the heptane? That might have been Amazon, which is weird because it's kind of a flammable material. But I think I got it from Amazon. I don't remember now where I got heptane. But it came in like a big metal jug, and then I used like a funnel to put it into my little squeezy bottle that I have. That's the hard one. Heptane's the one that was like the hard to get. But I use it for anything like a vinyl case. I will use it for vinyl instead of alcohol. Alright, I think that's as much like paper stuff as I can get off of here. Now it's just time for some cleaning. So let's start with just cleaner. Just some of that all-purpose cleaner and see if that's enough. I'm gonna use textured side on this one. Give that a good spray because we gotta soak this up. So hopefully this is strong enough to get off any of that residue. less water equals dries quicker. Yes and no, that is true. Mostly it's that the water itself can be really bad on metal contacts. So like those NES games and other cartridges and stuff, the water is bad for it. That's bad. The alcohol is not bad for it. It'll like kind of soak up anything that's there. So that's why, yeah, I go for that high percentage isopropyl alcohol. And again, when I was a kid and didn't know any better, like less than 10 years old, I probably just used water on my contacts trying to clean it off. Heck, I probably gave it a bath. I probably was like, thunk, and just dropped it in a bathtub. Like, this is fine. But I did manage to resuscitate a copy of DuckTales on NES. That was the one I remember trying out when I was a kid. I was like, I can't get this game to work all the time. I'm going to give it a bath. And I never got to work again until a couple years ago when I moved into this house and got all my cleaning supplies. It was one of my first projects, is can I save it? I didn't even have it in one piece. I had the plastic front, the plastic back was somewhere else, the screws were missing, and I had the board loose in a different box somewhere else, and I was able to like Frankenstein put them all back together and get it to work again. So it kind of rattles a little bit, it shakes a little because again some of those plastic clips are broken on there. But I got it to work. I got so excited, sent my brother a video of me playing NES DuckTales off our childhood copy, and he was like, awesome. Good work, bud. I was like, yeah! Drop a jar of yeah scream. Yeah! Alright, so now that we're in here, just gonna try to wipe this down. Most of my cleaner is gone already, so it won't be too rough on this label. Just kind of rub that down. You know, I still see a little bit of white cleaner that showed up in the cracks here. That was not as dry as I wanted it to be. So I'll quickly try to catch it with a dry part of this and hope I can save it before it does any damage. I think I did. Alright, let's do a progress report. Yeah, there it is. We're all doing it. We're all doing it now. Oh my goodness, look at that. That looks so much better than it did. So much better. There's a little dot right after the R in Avatar. Let's see if I can hit that a little bit. Just after the R, you can see it right there. It's a little butt there. I'll see if I can get that. But let's see our back while we're here. Oh, it's all much better. All that goo is gone. Heck yeah, I'm glad I didn't even have to use anything stronger like heptane on there. Excellent. All right, so we'll clean the inside next. But yeah, that's looking good. Oh, before I do that, though, let me see if I can get that spot by the R in Avatar. Try my little plastic scraper. Yep, I was right. That's like a goo. See if I can show it off here. Better. Let's just wipe that off. We got it. We got it. So what cleaner did I use? Sure, I'm using Method brand all-purpose cleaner. Got it from Target. You can tell because I still have Target tape on the top of it. All-purpose cleaner is it's tough because you want to use something that's kind of strong, like I think like the homemade solutions or the stuff you find on like white girl blogs is like not good enough. This stuff that's like, I made this with vinegar and baking soda, like cool, I need a little bit better than that. But if you get the super strong stuff, that's too strong and it will, like, you know, harm your labels or take colors off of things. So I find this Method all-purpose cleaner is like a really good mix of like right in the middle of what I want. So it still says it's again the white girl plant-based cleaning power, biodegradable formula, cuts grease and grime, whatever. It works pretty well. French lavender scent, that's right, I did actually pick which scent I wanted, and that's pretty okay. That's a pretty good one. My collection must smell like a garden. Yeah, some people, they like to like go outside and touch grass. For me, I just go to my collection and walk right up to my spines and I'm like, oh yeah, that's garden fresh. Okay, so we're not quite done here quite yet. I'm gonna go and get a fresh cotton swab, and we're gonna clean off the inside of this. You know, I wonder if I do want to break this open. I don't have my screwdriver with me, so I'll just go ahead and do it the hard way. And by with me, I mean it's not within arm's reach. It's in my tool chest on the other side of the room. Too far. We're just gonna do it this way. All right, so we're squirting just a little bit of that alcohol onto a cotton swab. And dip off the excess a little bit there on the side. And then go in here. And then how much color I pull off this cartridge is going to tell me how much more I need to go. Let's see if we can see it. Just a little bit of grayish yellow. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. Vegan, farm fresh, all-purpose cleaner. I love the smell of vegan video games in the morning. All right, we're looking pretty good there. I'll just take the dry side to make sure I get off anything I left behind. Yeah, much color there. All right, so we should be good there. Let's get out our old Game Boy Advance SP again. See if we can get Avatar to work. And I'll see if there's a save file on here just to test the battery as well. Good sign. Oh yeah, we're in. Avatar, the Last Airbender, Burning Earth. Oh, it has a password save. What? No way. No way. So yeah, if you haven't played this Avatar game at all, which, I mean, if you're not an Avatar super fan, which I'm not, by the way, never watched an episode of Avatar, I don't know anything about it. This is like a turn-based RPG? No tutorials, let me get in on there. It's like a little, like, Zelda adventure game. You move your guides around. Hey, what are you doing? Blah blah blah, and then because this is the attack one. This is not the turn-based one. That's the first one. But it's like a little Zelda game. You walk around, you hit people, bop, you bop them in the face, and then you move on. So not bad little game. And if you don't know Avatar, like I don't, it'll teach you the story, I guess. So there you go. Should definitely watch Last Airbender. I'm aware. I know. There's a lot of things I should watch. I'm too busy playing video games to watch television. I'm sorry. While we're in here, I'm gonna clean off this little dude as well. This is this reminds me of another thing I found lately that I also like to talk about. It's a plastic thing that looks like this. It's called a bit bin. BITBINS. Bit bins. They're based out of like Idaho or something like that. But they're meant for holding like board game pieces and like decks of cards and stuff like that. This reminds me of that. This is a flimsier plastic. It bends too easy compared to that Bitbin stuff, but I do really recommend that Bitbin stuff if you are a board game person who has a bunch of pieces of stuff everywhere you need to get rid of or put together and organize, or if you are a crafty person who has a whole bunch of little bits of things everywhere and you need to store them in something. Bitbins is pretty good. So I'm just going to kind of wipe this down again with that same all-purpose cleaner. It works for, you know, all purposes. Coincidentally enough. It's just kind of giving it a nice once over, getting some of that grime off there. Oh, it's not as dirty as I thought. That's good. I thought I was going to get more colors off of here. All that dirt and grime I saw must have been on the game itself, not the actual plastic thing it was holding it in. So I have no plans for what to do with this little plastic guy, but it's gonna sit somewhere. It's gonna sit somewhere, and maybe I'll use it one day. It holds Game Boy Advance games, I guess, like 2 of them. You know, I might be able to fit a 3rd in there if I'm lucky. I don't know. Okay, so there are the cartridge-based games for Nintendo. We got Game Boy Color, we got Game Boy Advance. Next up is our DS and Nintendo 3DS games. This is Robocalypse. If you're a video game collector like me, and I think, a lot of us in this chat are like me, you have situations where you are 100% sure you own a game, and then you go look for it, and you're like, where's that game? I can't find it. Where is it? So I was 100% sure I had Robocalypse in my collection. Was 100% sure. Then I went to my collection within alphabetical order, and it's not there. That's weird. Let me check my collecting app that I use and look in there, and nope, you don't have an entry for Robocalypse. You don't own it. So I had to go pay what I call an idiot tax, where you go buy a game for a little bit more than it's going for because you have to fix that mistake immediately. I have also done this with Mario Golf Toadstool Tour on Nintendo GameCube. Was 100% sure I owned it. Went and looked for it, and it wasn't sitting on the shelf right next to the other Mario games, and didn't know where it was, and went, you fool, how dare you. And so, went on eBay and found one and got real lucky that this was like $7. I could have sworn I bought this from a GameStop for like $17.99 with case and manual, but I didn't, so I just have a loose case. This is also on the premise that you enter the games into your own database. I'm getting pretty good at that. This is part of the cleaning stream is part of this, is I don't put these games in my database until I clean them. And then after a cleaning stream, I will go into my phone and add these all to, I use GameI. That's the app I use. There's a lot of people who swear by backloggery. I don't like backloggery myself because, first of all, I haven't played these games, obviously. They're just going in my backlog. Secondly, backloggery has like a limit to it. It doesn't show you, it maxes out at like 1,000 or 2,000 entries or something like that. And I'm like, I've got way more than 1,000 or 2,000 games. I've got a lot more than that. So that doesn't work for me. The other thing I like about GameI, since you're asking, is GameI also interacts with price charting and will show you like the prices of games as well as Metacritic, so that you can kind of see at a glance like what is this review score on here. So I really like it. You use Gamepedia. It's an iOS Mac app, but it doesn't have a web backend. Oh, interesting. And reverse, have you ever accidentally bought a game twice? Not as many times as you'd think. I bought 2 copies of Fallout 4 because I forgot that I already bought a copy of Fallout 4, but I think both of them cost me like in the neighborhood of $5. So really it was like, I guess I just bought a more expensive empty Xbox One case because now I just stripped it and used it for a case. That wasn't too bad. I have intentionally bought a second copy of Luminous Arc. So you know that story I was saying about how CT Special Forces, that I bought it and then another copy went on sale for much cheaper right afterward? Luminous Arc 1 did the same thing to me, and I was so mad I bought the second one. I was like, no, I'm getting both of them. So I bought the first one for like $25, $30, and the second one was like $12. It was one of those like, why did nobody bid on this on eBay purchases? And it would have been cheaper than $12 if I didn't buy it. So I did have 2 copies of Luminous Arc, and then I lent one to my brother, so now I'm back to 1 copy. So what I'm going to do, by the way, for these DS games is I've just got a toothbrush, you know, the kind you get from your dentist office who says, like, hey, you're brushing your teeth, right? You're like, yeah, like once a month. What's the big deal? Get off my back. And then he says, here, take a toothbrush. And you're like, I got an electric toothbrush. I don't need this. Well, I do need this because I'm going to use it on Nintendo DS games and 3DS games. So I just dipped a few little drops of isopropyl alcohol on it, and I'm just going to take my toothbrush and just wipe it across the back here. This is mostly because I can't really get an eraser into those tiny grooves. So I'm going to use a toothbrush to hopefully do that. I'm going to try to make sure I'm real careful not to go so high up that I hit this little identification print off there. That's CYSE whatever. That's the identification card that goes on the front of the Nintendo DS game. It's also a really good way to tell if you have a counterfeit DS game. One of the first indicators is if this thing doesn't match this thing up here, you have a counterfeit. There's a lot of other ways. Another one of my favorites is to look real close at the Nintendo icon, and especially the letter T. That way that Nintendo makes that T in Nintendo is real unique, and other T's will like have a serif font on the bottom of it or something like that. Also, the I in Nintendo, it's a little harder to tell, but it's a square, and counterfeit Nintendos will have a round I on the Nintendo. So tough to see, but this is a real one. Anyway, so I'm just gonna take a toothbrush, just kind of wipe across the contacts there. Dentists are universally mean. All right, I store my Nintendo 3DS in a very expensive Fire Emblem Fates special edition sleeve that came with it. That I have absolutely destroyed at this point. It's missing one of the things. It's a very expensive item, and I use it like it's a sock. All right, so we're just gonna put Robocalypse in my 3DS and see if that's working. Oh no, I'm out of batteries. Oh no, oh no, oh no. All right, hold please. I have to go grab another DS. I can fix this. I can fix this. Huge tactical error there. All right, so it does look like it's working, but I'm gonna quickly swap. Turn that off. Power off. There we go. I'll need to go plug that in eventually. For now, I don't need it though, because I'll just put in another Nintendo DS. Oh no, that doesn't look good. What happened there? All right, let's turn that off. Put it back in. There we go. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know why you were worried your Nintendo DS wasn't working. That's silly. So there's Robocalypse. See if it's working. I think what happened is I think I got this game mixed up with Drone Tactics. Drone Tactics and Robocalypse are virtually synonyms. They are, I think, the same idea. I believe this one is more of like a RTS type of game, if I remember right. But again, I thought I already owned this, so maybe I got it mixed up with another game. Who knows? But it does look like it's powering on. It's working, so that's good. We're doing good here. I'll continue. Mission 3 on medium mode. Oh no, bad guys. Do I tap them? Do I tap them? Do I tap it? Do I action? Shoot? I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have started from the middle of the thing. But yeah, it's some sort of RTS looking guy, where you like move your guys about and tell them to do stuff. So there you go, Robocalypse. Not a lot of RTSs on the Nintendo DS, and not a lot of them that are good. So cool to find one when you can. So that, like a sommelier, if someone says, yeah, I'm looking for an RTS game on a handheld, I can be like, I got you. Try out Robocalypse. Put that in your little taster and just, you know, swirl it around, give it a sniff, and see if that's any good for you. And if not, I'll go find something else, another RTS on a handheld for you. Maybe Command Mission, possibly? Can I interest you in a Command Mission? Anyway, that's Robocalypse. That's Metroid. That was what was in my 3DS. Let's put that where my 3DS goes. Perfect. Next up, I do have some more 3DS games to test. This is New Yoshi's Island. I've been looking for this game for like a decade, but only because I said I will not pay more than $10 for this game because it's not that good. And I'm mad that it's a Yoshi's Island game that's not very good. How dare you? That's offensive to me. And yes, not so offensive that I don't want to own it so that I can prove it to people that it's not very good. So finally, after what seemed like years, I bought this on eBay, an auction that ended at like $8. I was like, yeah, take that. So I finally have New Yoshi's Island, so I can try it. Worst intro music ever, but also Baby Wario. I'm sure Baby Wario sounds delightful in this game, I'm guessing. So we're just going to, same toothbrush method, we're just going to take it on those little contacts. Not much action here. I'm sure whoever owned this game probably put, I don't know, 12 hours max into this before they said I'm never playing that again. Probably not even 12 hours, if I'm being honest. Just gonna, again, brushing across there. Not too much going on. Zoom in. Looking good there. All right, we're now switching to a different Nintendo 3DS. That's right. This one had Pokemon Sun in it. Let's see if this one has batteries. If not, I'm gonna have to go find one. Oh, we're good. There's a blue light and everything. Blue light. All right, let's crank up that volume. Make sure that goes in, the intro music goes in for the mic right there. Let's put it right next to it. Make sure we all get to hear the worst intro music ever. I'm taking out one of my headset or one of my earphones so I can make sure I hear the worst intro ever. In fact, let's just mute that mic, the music for a sec. There we go. That sounds very good. I don't know what Jarvis was complaining about. I'm gonna make that my alarm clock. Probably because it will get me up out of bed within 2 seconds so I can throw my 3DS across the room and turn off that music. Don't hear it? That's probably good. It's probably for the best. It's for the best. Oh, someone made it all the way to World 6. Good for them. Good for them. All right. That's working. Happy to see it. All right, we'll take that one out. Put that in the winner circle. Yoshi's Island is working great. And again, glad I didn't pay more than $8 for it. Heck yeah. Next up in the collection, I got a few of these. Whoops, hang on. Hold please. Hold please. We're spilling isopropyl alcohol all over my Nintendo DS. That's not what we want to do. Not what we came here for. Alright, it's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's ruined. Got a couple of those like empty case ones that come in and you're like, oh, thanks. I don't know what I'm going to do. Trevor says there are fun points in that game, but it's mediocre most of the time. So this generic 3DS case, now I have to figure out what to do with it, because it's like, I mean, thanks, but it's generic. It's not a real one. So I will probably maybe keep it for an emergency, but I don't need this. I don't need this fake plastic. It's fake. Oh well. Throw it to the side. Yeah, so Disney's Magical World 2, there is a Switch version of this. It's probably better in all ways than the Nintendo 3DS one, but I got it for cheap. It was like another $8 one, and I have the first one, so now I have both. Hooray! Hey, Dodecahedron, come on in, buddy. How's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Was that Yoshi's Island DS or Yoshi's New Island? That was Yoshi's New Island on 3DS. That's what that was. Yoshi's Island DS is another game that exists that I own, that I also didn't spend too much money on, and it's maybe not as good as the first Yoshi's Island. You know, as is tradition. Not much will need to be done on this one. I'm not even like really bothering with the front of it, because they're mostly good, but also I don't want to damage anything. Bought it at launch, so justifying it. Yoshi apologist here. Oh no, system update. System update. Oh, we gotta make this more stable. We gotta stabilize my 3DS. Stability. Make it more stable. The DS is good, but it repeats a lot of what made Yoshi's Island good. I mean, that's kind of what you want a sequel to do, in fairness. I think Yoshi's Island DS probably got more hate than it deserves, and Yoshi's New Island probably got less hate than it deserves. But Woolly World is the best sequel to Yoshi's Island, so there you go. Woolly's World. I do have Woolly World as well on 3DS. It's another one that like I waited too long for it to get cheap, and before it did. So I had to buy it for like $22 or something like that. I was like, fine, at least it's in my collection and I own it now. We need 50 cc's of stability, stat! Stabilize, Nintendo, stabilize my 3DS. It must be more stable. Alright, Disney's Magical World 2 looks like it works fine. Josh Meyer, hello, welcome on in. Haven't started my 3DS since like 2016. Oh man, we got a save file in here and everything. Last played in 2019, so this person's played their 3DS more recently than Josh Meyer. This is Gabe. They have 7 stickers and 0.58% of the collection complete. So I don't think we put a whole lot of hours in the Magical World 2 yet, but there you go, it works. That was all I wanted to make sure of. Do you think Nintendo is done updating the 3DS, or do you think they're going to have yet another stability update sometime in the somewhat near future? All right, sadly, I am down to what I believe is my last game to clean. There it is. The other Avatar, Burning Earth. This is the DS version, which is a little different than the Game Boy Advance version. This one came in what I think is an authentic Nintendo DS case. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's an authentic... Well, no, because it would say Nintendo on it, I think. I think this is just a much better fake, because it does have the Game Boy Advance slot up here. This is another one that, like, I have so many loose DS games, I don't think I'll use this for anything, but this is at least better than the other fake DS case I got, so there you go. Not gonna lie, it was ahead of its time. The 3DS, yeah, I do very much enjoy my 3DS. So this one looks like it's in pretty good shape. Not a lot going on here either. So we'll just kind of wipe off those contacts. Give them a little wipe down. See how it goes. So I'm just going to take in some of this 91% isopropyl alcohol. Dipping off the excess there. Don't want to get it too wet. I'm going to put my thumb right over that printed part that I don't want to get wet, just to make sure I protect it from my toothbrush. I'm going to wipe that across. Now, I don't know if you can see, but right in the middle, there's kind of a white line. Like there's like one of these is a little bit goofed up more than the other ones. Right about there. So hopefully that's not a problem, but when I look at it close, it looks like that's kind of scratched. I didn't do it, by the way, in case you're curious. It wasn't me. But my toothbrush isn't really able to clean that one up very well. It's still there. So that's fun. We got a little goofed up thing. 2032, the 3DS reaches max stability, world peace, global climate cools, Half-Life 3 comes out, the last Metroid is in captivity, the galaxy is at peace. Alright, so I'm trying to just take my little scraper just to see if I can touch whatever that thing is and see how bad it is. But yeah, that's like a little crack. I don't know if I've seen that before. Let me see if I can zoom in on that for y'all. You can see it better. Got like a little crack on the metal. And it's not really showing up. Maybe a little. There you go. That's kind of weird. So we'll see if that plays. I might have a defective one here. I might have ended it on a defective game, which would have been very sad for us all. Let's find out. Put it in our Nintendo DS. Turn it on and see if we can get lucky. Oh, that's a good sign. I can read it. Oh, I forgot to turn my music back. There we go. Put on my backing music again. My backing tracks. Touch the screen. Alright, so in just a few seconds, let's see if we can figure out how this game is different than the Game Boy Advance version. Oops. Confirm. Confirms over here. There we go. Alright, so now it's more of like a... less of an isometric view. Oh, this guy was definitely stuck when he turned it off. Definitely was stuck in some sort of sewer and couldn't figure out what to do. This other guy's in my way. This is awkward. Oh no, it's a fight. Oh no. I don't know how to do anything. But you just go around and hit the guys. There, we did it. we won the fight. Anyway, that's Avatar: The Burning Earth on Nintendo DS. It works. Very exciting. All right, so here's our situation. I am out of games for pickups. My pickup, that is all I picked up. That's my haul. However, it's about an hour earlier than I thought it would be. So I might go digging and see what I can go find to clean. I know I have some old Xbox 360 games that have stickers on the artwork that I need to get off. So I'm going to go grab them and be right back. So hold please for about 30 seconds while I go grab those. All right, I've been saving these for a rainy day, and here we are. So these are a stack of Xbox 360 games that all of these stickers are like, I guess some are on the case and some are on the artwork. But I want to get all of these off here so it looks better when I have them on my shelf. So I guess we'll just start at the top and work our way down. All right, so we got Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. What's inside here? A nice gift receipt, which is not helpful because it doesn't actually tell me what I paid for it. Thanks for that, Megan. Okay, we're in good shape here. It's not on the artwork, it's just on the case. So this shouldn't be too bad. I am going to take out the artwork just to make sure I protect it. And then I can find it. There we are. I'm just going to put an old like credit card, or in this case, a GamePro Power-Up Rewards card behind this plastic so that when I take my plastic scraper to it, that I'm not too rough with it and don't gouge this vinyl at all. So hopefully what I'm going to try to do is just take this little plastic scraper tool, go around the corners, and hope I find one loose little bit where it'll loosen up and come up pretty easily. But yeah, whichever goober put this sticker on here, what are you doing, Mud? What are you doing? This is not even a price sticker. It's just an identification sticker. You could just take the case and scan the back and get the same thing for that barcode. What are you doing? How dare you? RCG, whoever that is. So the hardest part with peeling these off the cases like this on the spine is trying to not gouge the vinyl that's underneath it. That's the hardest part. But it's still not as bad as when it's on the actual artwork. That's where I might take my metal scraper to try to get that all the way off. But I'm just going to kind of keep working on this corner because this seems to be the loose bit. And then hopefully I'll get about a third of it up, and then I can peel it from there. That's my goal. Funny to me, I don't have any of the other stickers on this either. I don't have the price sticker anymore, or the one on the back. I just have a spine sticker on here. What's going on there? That's wild. Okay, let's see if we can get this corner up a little bit, because we're making good progress down there. Try not to be too rough with it. But I do need to get underneath that paper. So hopefully that scraping tool will help me with that. All right, it's going pretty well. Going pretty well. Okay, now that I've gotten it this far, do you think I can peel it? Do you think it'll just come up? I think so. Oh yeah, nice. Nice. All right, I'm going to do the old, very easy, can I use this sticker to pick up the sticker residue method? Which is like the cleanest, safest way to remove sticker residue. Did a pretty good job, actually. That's trash. Take a look. That's not bad. That's pretty good. So there we go. Call of Duty 4 is ready to go. Just gonna put the artwork right back in there. Call of Duty 4 is maybe the one I put the most hours into, and by that I mean I played it through the campaign once and a tiny bit of multiplayer. Not been a huge shooter fan, but you know, sometimes back then it's like you got buddies who are. So if you want to hang out with your buddies, you gotta play the Call of Duty with them. Perfect peel. Yeah. I am gonna go ahead and give this just a quick wipe down on the case though, just because I'm seeing some stuff here that I might be able to get off. See if you can kind of see it, but there's like these like white lines that are there. Yeah, that. They're probably scrapes. Probably scratches, but either way, I'll just kind of give this a quick wipe down. It's better to do this without the artwork in there, honestly, because you don't want to get the paper all wet. But it also looks like I'm not really picking up much of anything here. Not a lot of color this time, just a tiny bit. It was at a GameStop, so you would expect to see some. So anyway, there's Call of Duty 4. There's one. We got one down. See if we can get them all done by 3:30. That's our goal. Next up is Call of Duty World at War. I think it's the same situation. Oh, I still have the map pack code in here, and it's still not used. How about that? How about that? And yes, this is the artwork is fine. Nothing on the artwork. Good news. We're just going to once again slide a little card underneath there to help protect against gouges. And hope we can find a weak corner. Rushes to redeem code. Haha! It's still covered in silver foil. You couldn't if you wanted to. Unless you had some sort of like X-ray vision. And even then, I don't know how that would be a pretty weak superpower. Like I can see through codes. That little silver foil, that's it. That's all I can see. Some people get like life-saving perks, and you got like I can see the code behind a little foil thing. I guess you could use it to like I don't know win a lotto ticket or something, and then do something with all the money you won from winning the lottery a bunch. I guess that's how Batman, you know, got superpowers. He just bought superpowers with money. I'm getting greedy. Can I greedily pull up the whole thing? Oh no, I tore it right down there. I got greedy. Chat GPT, what is the redemption code? There you go. Chat GPT is never wrong. Just ask it. Oh, we were so close. We were so close. All right, can I fix it or is it too late? I think it's too late. Maybe if I get out in this corner and peel the other direction, we can fix it. I wonder if there's other Xbox 360 games that are out there right now that are like extremely cheap that I should go pick up to add to my collection before the prices skyrocket and they become rare and hard to find. No, that's just a little stubborn little spot. Tore it right there too. I do have a pretty hefty 360 collection. I've collected a lot of the junk already, but I always wonder, is there stuff out there? Is there stuff like Robocalypse that I thought I owned this whole time and I'm like, oh, I don't own that? Really? Tornado Outbreak? Are you sure? I could have sworn I owned Tornado Outbreak. Oh, I own it digitally. That's why, because I have it digitally. Is that good enough? In the year 2023, is that good enough? In the year 2032, is that good enough? When the world is saved, will I be able to play Tornado Outbreak on my Xbox 360? Oh, almost clean. Look at that little spot. Look at it. We did so good. Don't get greedy. Erica was right. She tried to stop me. She tried to stop me. I didn't listen. It's alright. Just a little more scrapes and it's gone. Gonna take a little bit of that all-purpose cleaner. Just right there, not a lot. The rest of it should be okay. Yep, not much there. Cool. So there you go. Call of Duty World at War. We're back to business. One more Xbox 360 with its price off its little sleeve. Oh, there's a little spot I missed. Well, let's see if I can get that. Oh, it's over there. It's on that side. Look at that little spot right there. All right, good enough. It's just a Call of Duty game, and it's just for Xbox 360, and it's just going on the shelf. Good enough. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, here we go. Crackdown. I paid $15 for this, apparently. Man. This game is like given away for free now. It gives me my invitation to Halo 3 beta. Can't wait to play that Halo 3 game. Oh, there's like a little map thing in there. There we go. And the manual. And the little security sticker that's down here. The like thing that goes off on sets off the metal detectors or whatever. Take off the artwork again. See what we can get off here. This one's full of stickers. So this one might take us a little bit longer, but it's at least not on the artwork. So it shouldn't be too bad. Now I'm gonna see if I can listen to Erica this time and not get greedy. Can take my time. Now I suppose because this part here like went over the plastic, this part actually might just come right off. Come to think of it, I can just get it started. All right, there we go. See if I can put my thing down here and hold it down. All right, we did tear a little bit up there. That's all right though. We got it started. It was a good start. That's pre-gouged. I didn't do that. That was someone before me. Not ready to come up yet. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep scraping. As always, the challenge with these is the longer these stickers have been on these cases, the stickier they are and harder they are to remove in the future. Oh, so close. Scrape that back in there. There we go. So if you pick up a game and it's got stickers on it and you don't want those stickers on it, my recommendation to you is to take them off immediately. There we go. $14.99 is gone. All right, we got double sticker over here. Those are usually shockingly easier to come up than a single sticker. I don't know why. Don't know why. It's like the sticker stuck to the sticker more than it's stuck to the vinyl. And sure enough, that one came right off. No challenge. Boom. Another clean peel. Over. Get this price sticker off of here. I do keep some of my price stickers on the corner, especially if like I bought the game for that price and it's a hilariously good price. I think my Chibi Robo, for example, might still have the $12.99 sticker on it. Looks like it's going to come off pretty easily too. I wonder why that is. Is that wondering why older stickers stick longer than usual? Is that the question? I think it's because the sticker does damage to the vinyl over time. it's like it like eats at it. It eats away the vinyl, and so it kind of like breaks it down and makes it hard to. Oh, that was a clean peel. Heck yeah! All right, so here's what I'm gonna do with this real quick. Oh, double stickers peeling up easier. I don't know. Maybe because it's firmer, like it's not as brittle. Maybe. Good question. All right, so I'm gonna put these on top of each other so that I can keep this inside the case and remind myself I paid $15 for it, but not in a permanent manner. So we'll just stick that right. Oops, stick that right in there. There we go. And then we'll put our Crackdown artwork back in there. All right, pretty good, pretty good. A little bit of goobers on it, but not too bad. A little bit of a wipe down. Wipe that down just a little bit. This one does have a little bit of gouges in the plastic that were from before I got here. But again, for Crackdown on Xbox 360, I don't think that's too bad. I don't think that's too unexpected. So yeah, you can see in the back, there's a few spots. Let's see right here where my thumb is. Whoa, you all right, bud? You okay? Bethesda, is that Todd Howard? Is that you? Todd, are you speaking to me? Todd, are you okay? Yeah, a few little dots in there, but we're good. Todd Howard, people seem to like your game. You don't have to freak out, bud. All right, here's another favorite for you. I know y'all are screaming for Dance Dance Revolution Universe 2. I know this is on the top of your list. Okay, now, here's the bad news. Bad news. Ooh, hang on, got a receipt in there. Oh, another gift receipt. So I also, once again, don't know how much I actually paid on it. Thanks, Megan. So yeah, $7.99. Unfortunately, underneath $7.99, oh no. We have an artwork sticker. That is going to be a lot to take off. Now, the funny thing about this is, I could probably pick up another copy of Dance Dance Revolution Universe 2 for cheaper than it's going to be worth for me to, you know, get these stickers off. The amount of work I'm going to put into this, I could probably just buy another one. However, that is not what we do here. It's not the purpose of these streams. The purpose of these streams is content. It is actually. Oh boy, this one's on here good too. This one's not coming up easily. Well, unless I can get... I wonder if I can get this one under. Let me smooth the card over. Can I get this one first? Because this one's underneath this one. I might be able to peel them both off at once. By the way, this is the sticker on here says SU exclamation mark. That means system update. That means this sticker was printed by a price change. The reason that sticker was printed is a price change. It was not a trade-in. It's been here the whole time. It went down from $10 to $8, and someone had to put a new sticker on it. Fun fact. All right, almost got it up. Just got to keep going on this side a little bit. More. Oh, it's ripping and tearing all over the place. We're having issues. We got a stubborn sticker on our hands. Sound the stubborn sticker alarm. It sounds like Wario Jr., baby Wario screaming in the new Yoshi's Island game. That's what it sounds like. But it's still stubborn. It's just ripping. R.I.P. Alright, Alright, so we're just kind of peeling that back with my fingers. I try to get underneath it with my plastic scraper. And then if I think I got it, I can start trying to peel. Nah, it's tearing on me again. Right over here this time. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Now there is, if I get one that's real bad, there is something I can sometimes do to make it a little bit easier, which is to take heptane to a Q-tip and put it on this under spine as it's peeling back. What that'll do is it'll help eat away at the plastic, or sorry, not the plastic, eat away at the sticker residue, and kind of weaken it. So I've done that in the past. It's a lot though. Stickers on artwork should be illegal. That's right. Yeah, when we get to this artwork, it's gonna be the rest of my whole dang stream. It's trying to get that off. Dance Dance Revolution Universe 2. What do you think that game goes for on price charting right now? Like a complete copy that doesn't have stickers on it. I'm gonna guess in the neighborhood of like $6.50, $7. Probably just a little bit above $5, but not by much. But by the year 2032, our fictitious year we're talking about, where the world is saved and the last Metroid is in captivity, there may not be Xbox 360 games available anymore. You may not be able to just find them. You know, you won't be able to buy them on the stores anymore. On the digital storefront, that's going to be shut down. You know, there may not be much more Dance Dance Universing happening. The revolution might not be televised at that point. So then we may be really lucky that someone took the time a decade earlier to peel off those stickers before it was too late. All right, okay, here we go. All right, careful, take your time. Nice and slow. Gently, see if we can get all of this off in one good go. Oh, got a little bit of tearing, but I can fix that. That's fine. Oh, it's coming. Oh, right there. Come on, buddy. All right, quick. Get in there with the scraper. Shove it back in there. Get in there. Oh, pretty good. For as much as that one was fighting me earlier, I'll take that. Put that in the trash pile, and then I'm just gonna come back here and get just a few little residues of stickers. Get that off there. That's pretty good. I got a little goo right there. I'll have to get that off with a cleaner. See if we can get this top sticker. Another double sticker, so maybe it'll be a little easier to pull off. If I can just get it started. Just a little bit more, and then we can try peeling. Not quite there yet. Okay, how about now? Looking good. Oh, that corner came up. just realized you couldn't see what I was doing. Alright. I might not be able to get it, so I might have to peel what I can for now. Unless I can get it from here. Just like... no. Stuck under there, too. Alright, so I think I'm gonna get what I can and then come back and fix whatever's left. Yeah. Little bits keep needing work. Really take that out to making that harder. Oh no. Oh no. Eating my sticker. Like, use sticker to remove sticker is not working. Okay. Here's where we're at so far. It's got a few little bits of goo on it. I think I'm gonna get another paper towel and see what we can get off of here. All right, it's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Okay, so put that to the side for just a second. Now it's time to get this guy. So, this one's not coming up very easily, for sure. If I was lucky, I might be able to get under here with a plastic scraper on one corner. Oop, something came up there. I'm usually not that lucky. This one I might have found one. Might have found a corner I can work with here. This one is definitely going to take a lot of patience. Yep, that's the only corner that's coming up. Oop, that one's coming up just a tiny bit. Okay. If I keep working on these two corners and peel very slowly, take my time, we might be able to get this out of here. Maybe. Making pretty decent progress here. Now, there is no way to do this without causing some damage, because the sticker on paper action is going to do permanent damage. There's nothing I can do about that part, so it's going to have some wear and tear on here no matter what I do. So really just have to remind myself what the goal is. The goal is to make this better than it was. All right, let's do a quick progress report and show where we are at so far. So as you can see, yeah, there's definitely some like cuts and gouges and stuff. We're starting to lose some ink right here too. That's like coming up on the sticker itself. Sticker is pulling up the black ink that's under here. Silver Marquis says, "You're doing great. Thank you very much." So it's not going to be perfect. It's just going to be better than it is. So we're just going to keep going. Hopefully I can actually see this is Dance Dance Revolution Universe 2 by the time we're done with it. We just got to keep reading. Actually kind of peeling up on its own a little bit, but the problem again, if you just peel, is it's going to be a little aggressive. So right there, you can see it's peeling up some of the artwork itself. Oh, I can move right there in a little hole. There you go. That's the damage. So there's not a great way to say stop pulling up the artwork and just let me pull the sticker. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting some artwork there too. This is quite a challenge. You're right, Gidget. This is quite a pull. So sometimes when I get desperate on the paper on artworks, I pull out the metal version of the Scotty peeler. This is generally really, really harsh, but sometimes it can be helpful on the ones where you're pulling up the artwork to see if you can get to stop pulling up artwork a little bit by literally cutting with the corner where the artwork is. Doesn't look like I'm getting any luck with it this time though. Go back to my plastic one. So the worst part too is because this is like exposed paper underneath here, I can't use chemicals anymore. There's no chemicals I can use that's not just going to totally damage where this artwork is. I think the best thing I can try to do at this point, which isn't going to be very helpful, I'm not even halfway through yet, maybe just at the halfway point, is see if I can get it from the other side and peel the other direction. It's like my last ditch effort. Maybe we'll get a little bit of this corner started, so that's a good start. Good sign that I might be able to come at it from the other side. See if I can preserve some of that. Right under this last 9 digit right here is where that 2 is. That's the symbol I want to keep. I want it to be obvious this is the second DDR Universe game. Ideally. This part's going better than I thought it would, actually. This other part. Stickers of artwork should be a crime. That's right. You and Jarbachov can team up and send everybody to jail who has been responsible for this. The fun thing is, it shows the employee of the person who printed off these stickers. Now, you can't be 100% sure the person who printed it is the same person who applied the sticker, but I feel like even in this case, I know who this is. I know who did this. They were the manager. the manager of the whole store. So even if they didn't do it, they taught whoever applied these stickers that it's okay to put this sticker on the artwork. So I think they also deserve to go to jail, just for that alone. Your training methods were incomplete and caused permanent damage to people. Go directly to jail. Find them and kill them. All right, hang on. We may have gone one step too far. I'm okay with a lifetime in jail for them. I don't know if they need to, because I also want them to spend a lot of time rotting in jail thinking about all the terrible things they've done. The best way for them to atone for their crime is to think about just the guilt-ridden stress of sitting in a jail cell knowing should never have put that paper sticker on Dance Dance Revolution Universe 2. I've done a horrible crime. How can I atone for these sins? Can't, bud. You gotta sit in jail. You gotta sit in jail now. Sorry. Jail. Clean stream becomes crime stream. Could we just give him a stern talking to? I mean, I guess that's true, but only if we can go back in time. What if it was like the second they applied the sticker, hop back in time before it's on there permanently? And so like, whoa, 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 I'm from the year 2023, and I gotta let you know, you can't put that sticker on there. They'll be like, who are you? What is 2023? Does anything bad happen before that? I wouldn't worry about it, but what you should worry about is the sticker that you've applied to Dance Dance Revolution Universe 2. Oh, I just noticed how much damage we've got here. I thought we were doing good. Oh, no. Okay. Can I come at it from this side? Is that going to do anything, or is it too late on all accounts? Oh, no. I need to go back in time and stop this. Not there. Brand them with a $12.99 tattoo. That'd be funny. You are always worth $12.99. That's it, buddy. Cleaning games and the streets. Well, we've got a big. Here's where we're at. Let's do a quick zoom in on this action here. Weapon of choice, the plastic sticker scraper. That's right. So we've got some damage here. That's happening. On the other end, when we peek under here, we've got that damage happening. So this part right here in the middle, that's gonna be bad times. Can I just keep it from bleeding too far to the left? That's like my new goal. Can I just keep it to that little part? So I think the best way to do that is going to be peel in this direction from that and see if my left to right scraping methods here can keep that damage just to that side. We are almost free. We're almost done with it. It's just trying to get the last bits. Okay, good. Bad. Okay, I think the sticker is free except for this part where it's literally stuck to loose artwork. There. Okay. There's your final product. It's not great. It's not great. Super attack is the metal one. That's my final form. Metal level, welcome on in. How's it going, buddy? GameStop clerk, and I'll just add a couple drops of super glue to the middle to make sure the sticker stays on. Oh, monsters. The SCCU. Phew. All right. So yeah, it's not great. And again, I can't really use any more product on this. Anything that's sticky there is just going to be sticky for. So the best we're going to do is we're just going to throw this back in its case and hope it looks better from a distance sitting on its shelf. Sure, that's all back in there. Cool. Wow, stressful. No, we're supposed to have chill, relax cleaning streams, not stressful streams where we consider grand crimes. So, I mean, look, it's not great, but what did I say my goal was? It was to make it look better than it was when I started, which it does. And 2, I wanted to see the 2. I wanted to know this was the second game in the series, and I think you can tell. I think we did it. So, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's better than it was, barely. All right. I'm gonna switch gears to another slightly easier one just to give myself a break. I'm gonna put away the metal scraper. I don't need the metal one right now. Putting away the Q-tips. Don't need that right now. X-Men Origins Wolverine. I definitely did not pay $55 for this. I am very certain. In fact, do I have a receipt inside that proves it? Ooh, I do. Is anything too scary in here? Nah, not really. All right. So we bought... This must have been a buy two, get one free sale, it looks like, because I got one game for $0 here. So we have Beat City that I saved $7 on there. We got Dark Void for $7.20 after my power-up card. And then X-Men Origins Wolverine for... This was actually $9. Cool. So for out the door, $17.27, we got Beat City on DS, Dark Void, and X-Men Origins back on May 11th, 2011. Nice. All right, so let's get out our thing. So this one, it's not on the artwork. That's why I gave myself a break. It's just on the case. Just on the case. Just fill in the white with some Sharpie and put it on a high up shelf. I mean, honestly, hold up a minute. Like, that's legitimately not a bad idea. I'm pulling this back because this is all like black that was gone. If I put a little bit of black Sharpie on here, you would not notice it as much as the white. I legitimately might do that, Mellow Level. You are not wrong. A little black Sharpie will actually make this look better because it's already permanently damaged, and it's not like I'm trading this in later and being like, please give me the best value possible for Dance Dance Universe 2. It's fine. So it's just for me. So in that case, yes, I might very well go back with some Sharpie and fill in those little white spots. It is not a bad idea. Now, turning the spine around, I probably won't do that part. Okay, this is coming up pretty good so far. Oh, I got a visitor. You see my buddy? Hang on. Oh, he's gone already. Oh, there's another one back there. I don't know if y'all saw this. Hang on. We're cheating. All right, hang on. We're going on a walk. Can I go on a walk? Do I have more cord? Nope, that's it. Okay. Hiding down there. There's a little cat hiding under there. I don't know if you can see her. There's a sleeping kitty. I didn't even know there was a kitty down there. I just looked and there was a cat. Got the 80. All right, hang on. I've goofed it all up now. Okay, sorry for the cat distraction. Flip it on eBay for massive profit. Like new, rare, graded. Don't tell them what grade, just that it's graded. F-, that's what grade it got. 42%. Always worth it for a kitty. Oh, I've got a yellow one over there too. He's hiding on the floor behind me. He might come visit us. He might come up and say hi. We'll see. I can tell by the name on the receipt for this game, by the way, that I went out of my usual area to buy these 3 games used. So I probably used the in-stock indicator to figure out which one had Beat City, and had to buy 2 other games to go with it. That's probably how I got this X-Men Wolverine game. I probably wasn't even trying to get it. I was probably just trying to fill out a buy 2 get 1 free sale. That's my guess. Oh, there's a tear. See if we can fix that real quick. Just shove it back in there. Just shove it back in there. All right, yeah, we've got some tearing going on that side. So I might try to get it from some different angles. Let's see. Let's try this corner. I don't think I've tried this corner right here yet. It's going okay. Going okay. Speaking of grading, I gotta go back to this conversation for a second. Speaking of grading, I feel like there's not nearly enough people as like absolutely abhorred by what's happening with the grading market. To me, it's like a game that doesn't even go for that much money. Now you've like sealed it in carbonite like it's Han Solo or something. Here's a super rare game. You can't open it and play it anymore. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, bud? If you want video game artwork, then get video game artwork, but don't use the video game as artwork. What are you doing? If you think the fun is the outside of the game, I don't know how to tell you this, bud. You're doing video games wrong. There's been so many times I'm looking for a game on eBay that I'm like, oh yeah, this game's not too expensive. It's like, I don't know, 20, 25 bucks tops. And then the only result I'll get on eBay is like a sealed rare copy for $7,000. I'm like, no one wants this. No one wants to get this. No one is paying $7,000 for like a sealed copy of like Glover Nintendo 64. Like, people didn't like Glover 64 when it came out. Like, why would you think people would be excited about it years later? And it's not like Bubsy, where it's hilariously bad, or like renowned for how like meme-worthy it is. Like, it's just Glover. Nobody cares about Glover. Nobody cares. Even the Chef Boyardee guys who were like, that looks like you infringed on our property. They were like, but it is Glover, and no one cares. So they didn't even bother suing them for looking like the Chef Boyardee glove guy. Because no one cares about Glover. Why? Why are we doing this WADA grading thing? It's an awful trend. Now, I get it if you're like, maybe if you're like, here's a sealed copy of Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Red or Blue. It's sealed. I put it in a case. People friggin' love Pokemon. Cool. Great. Whatever. But like, they should be rejecting some of these as like not gradable game. Not worth sealing in carbonite. Get out of here. If Glover is your favorite game, there are other ways to immortalize it besides sealing it in carbonite like this, so you can't even play the game. Like imagine if it was a piece of like a legitimate painting, like an artwork that's like a painting, and being like, that's the Mona Lisa. I got it graded and sealed. Cool. Can I see it? No. You can't enjoy the art. You must just appreciate that I have it. Thanks, bud. Cool. Because isn't the whole point of video games like playing them? Like, come on, guys. Isn't it just like, even if you're like, look at Glover. Doesn't he look like, it's like a little glove and he moves around in a little 3D world? I mean, you've got to try this, right? Isn't that the point? Like, you've got to watch this. You've got to see this gameplay for yourself. That's how you appreciate Glover. Not look at the sealed artwork frozen in carbonite. You can't even appreciate the art for what it is because you put it in a medium that prevents us from appreciating it. What are we doing? 100% a racket. Mellow Level says he wants a Wada case as dumb piece of history. Like, I just don't want to pay for one. You just want like one case. Again, like the garbage thing, the most garbage piece of thing you have. Like, I don't know, it's a copy of like Super Mario World that was the one that came with your Super Nintendo, and it's absolutely used as heck, covered in Sharpie markers. Maybe your name is engraved on it or something somewhere. Dirty as heck. Yeah, can you grade this for me and put it in a Wada case? I just want to look at it. Super Mario Brothers plus Duck Hunt, only VGA graded 95 on eBay, $8,000. That's a Hamburger Helper, sir. Sir, that's not Glover. That's the Hamburger Helper. In fact, why don't you just take a box of Hamburger Helper and put that in a Wada case? This is Glover 64. No, nope, that was Meyer 10 for 10 sale on Hamburger Helper. You just bought 10 boxes of it. That is, in fact, not Glover. Like those people who epoxy a bunch of Game Boys or games to make a table. Ugh, what are you doing? Why? Why would you do this? Oh, okay. So we've got multi-sticker failure over here where you can't see it, but there's another one of the stickers has ripped and at the bottom. The other ones are all stuck together. Oh boy, that's real stuck. Totally send in a smashed cart in a Ziploc bag, but even that would cost $50. I mean, to be fair, that is what kind of like my my DuckTales NES game kind of looked like before I saved it. It was kind of a smashed cart. Now, Dumb Childhood Chad also did that with The Legend of Zelda NES when we were very young. Very young. We must have been 5-ish years old. Very young. I got really frustrated and thought the game was broken because I don't know, I died or something. Thought it was a stupid game. Took it out of my NES and hurled it across the room and shattered the case. Broke it. So mad as like a 5-year-old or something. So now we try to do chill, clean streams instead of get angry and throw games streams. This is like my supervillain origin story. I would get super mad as a kid at stupid stuff. But like, not like the normal like 12-year-old angry, but like, no, like 5 or 6. Major anger issues. And so now I don't play frustrating games. I don't play, you know, Dark Souls games or whatever. Games where you're supposed to like, or like Super Meat Boy, stuff like that. Like the games where you're supposed to like fail all the time and get frustrated. I can't get enjoyment out of like the co-op or those games that are based on like these control schemes are so difficult to overcome. I try to avoid those games now because again, I think they just make me mad and I don't enjoy being mad. Not anymore. Boy, that guy's just stuck on there, huh? Just one little part. I had it like all the way until this end. Yeah, we're just gonna take that off. Can't believe how much time I spent on this one X-Men sticker. Yeah, this will be easier without the rest of that on there. Yeah, it's just gonna come up. Off. All right, that's close enough for now. We'll come back with some cleaner on that later as needed. But I'll have to clean this side too, so I might as well peel both stickers off first, and then we'll come back with cleaner to get those off. Played one game like that last year called Garlic that was super frustrating but hilarious at the same time, so it kind of balanced out. I watched some of your Garlic stream. It was hilarious. I definitely remember, it stuck with me for sure, is where he's like playing like an arcade cabinet or something, the Garlic guy, and like is playing like a Battletoads type of game, and he like dies and it just cuts to his face in front of the cart just going like, and then you go back to the game and then you die again and it cuts back to him again and he's like, and then you play again and then you die again and now he's just like, and it's like, oh man, it's so true. It's so true. It was very funny. The funny kept it going. I put it on my Steam wish list since then, but I'm afraid to get into it because again, hard games, they terrify me. I think so much of it too is like I just don't have the time to put into mastering a game like that. Like I'd much rather, for most cases, play a different game in the amount of time it would take me to master a hard game. Again, I don't own like 20 or 30 games anymore, and it's like I gotta keep working at this game. That's the only thing I have left to do. Instead, it's like, why don't you play a game you've never played before that's in a totally different genre, with totally different characters, totally different environment, and it may be something else new and cool that you would not have experienced otherwise. Instead, you kept playing that super hard Super Meat Boy game until you got to the end. Not for me. Now, sometimes that backfires on me though. Like Celeste, like I wish I could say I finished Celeste, but I got to the part where like you start getting chased by your shadow self, whatever, and I was like, this ruined the vibe for me. Like I get what you're doing here artistically, like I get it, but I'm not enjoying being chased. It is the wrong kind of video game anxiety for me. It's not an exciting anxiety like, I don't know, trying to win in Hades. Like that was a fun, challenging type of anxiety I enjoyed. But when it was like, I'm getting chased in Celeste, that was way too anxiety inducing in all the wrong ways for me. Could not do it. So I got past that section, beat it once, and said, I don't want to beat another one of those again. I'm done. Yeah, you feel that too many games in the collection these days to stay on that one that isn't bringing joy or something new. You're right. Garbage says, normalize not finishing games. Play until you don't have fun. It's true. I've been trying the Polykill community this year and really trying to like catalog a game, like a list of games to like try beating. And a lot of times it's fun. A lot of times it's cool to be like, you know, oh yeah, I've like, you know, got through the end and saw credits. It's cool. But there's other games where I'm just like, I'm done with this game forever. Like I saw everything it has to offer and I'm done with it. Like I was playing Nuclear Strike on Nintendo 64 because I needed to get a Nintendo 64 beat and I was trying to get it one in that year. Oh, almost. What other side? This side? Nope. Worse, actually. Oh well. And yeah, like Nuclear Strike, I was so bored with it after like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours of play. I was like, this has nothing new to offer me. I'm just kind of doing the same thing. I'm done with this game, but I'm like, but I really want to get that beat and say I did it. But like, why? It's Nuclear Strike Nintendo 64. It's not like a well-renowned game. Just let it go, man. Again, there's so many games out there worth playing. You don't have to finish it. Or if you are going to finish a game, like, be cognizant on which game you're finishing. Like, I finished Tears of the Kingdom, which took me 300 hours. You all saw it. But, like, it was worth the $300 I had, or $300, 300 hours. I had fun for like every one of those 300 hours, except for the Fire Temple. The Fire Temple sucked, but other than that, it was good. I did not enjoy the Fire Temple. Mostly just because, like, I have no idea what they were trying to get me to do. I have no idea what the intended puzzle solution was supposed to be. And if there wasn't, if there wasn't supposed to be an intended puzzle solution, then, like, why'd you stick a box up in the thing that I break down? Like, what was I supposed to do with that box? I don't know. Beats me. Fire Temple, not fun. Sorry, Fire Temple fans, it was not good. Now, I will say, everyone warned me that, like, oh man, I don't like lots of stuff, including that Fire Temple. But, like, that was the only one I felt that way about. I liked every other temple just fine. It was only the Fire Temple that I didn't like. Alright, so I'm getting out some heptane, by the way, which is a little lighter than isopropyl alcohol, and I'm just hitting up some of these sticker residue spots and just kind of wiping them down. I'm going to let it sit for a minute, and then that should eat away all of that goo that we left behind. Haven't met a Fire Temple fan yet. There you go. Do you see it? Do you see that? Do you see that goo? I don't see it. We got it. There's a little bit of gouging, because, I mean, that'll happen. But, oh, there's a little tiny, oh, that might be just, is that goo or is that gouging? Put it up here. So yeah, heptane. I use that on my vinyl cases. It's better than alcohol on vinyl cases. All right, so we're gonna put back our Wolverine. Put back my little receipt. Let's give this one more wipe down with cleaner. Mostly, actually, because I want to get off any heptane or like cleaner stuff I left behind. So I'm gonna give it one more quick little overall cleaning with just the all-purpose cleaner on a paper towel. Wipe that down, get those edges. But I did really enjoy my time with Tears of the Kingdom, for sure. Not a lot of 300-hour games for me in my lifetime, but that's going to be one of them. Now that's a good-looking case now. Now we're in good shape. X-Men's looking good. All right, so here's what we didn't get to, because I think I'm going to wind it down here. Here's what I've got going on next time. I think these are both on the... Wait, here's a Quake 4. Oh no, the bonus disc. I forgot I had that. Another gift receipt, which once again doesn't tell me what I actually paid for it, so it's actually useless. This is... You know what? I got time for this one. I got one more. I'm going to do Quake 4. We'll get that done. Then we'll leave Prey for another time, because that one is on the artwork. That's going to be rough. We'll save that for a future cleaning stream, but let's get Quake 4. This will be our last one. Second playthrough of it started. Nope. Not going to do second playthroughs. That's another thing I don't do anymore either. It's got to be... The only thing I will second play is a all-time favorite game, and I will not second play through it immediately. I will second play through it years later. So I remember doing that with Borderlands 2, a game I loved at the time, and then I did a new game like on hard mode or whatever, and suddenly hated the game. It went from I love Borderlands 2, this is so much fun, to every enemy takes too many shots to kill, I'm too easy to kill, All the guns I find feel like they're useless garbage. Nothing matters, and the game went from like a 9 out of 10 to like a 6 out of 10 for me just by playing on hard mode the second time through. So instead, the closest thing I'll do to that nowadays is I did pick up Breath of the Wild and its DLC like 3 or 4 years later, right before Tears of the Kingdom, to kind of like refresh myself on it, and I really am glad I did. Even after 300 hours of Tears of the Kingdom, I didn't feel like that Breath of the Wild spoiled it in any way. It actually helped remind me a little bit about the world and the combat mechanics, which was very important because Tears of the Kingdom was very mean about its combat mechanics. It expected you to be very good because it got very hard faster than it should have. That's my big one criticism of Tears of the Kingdom, is its difficulty spiked too early. I was fighting like blue and silver bad guys back when I only had like 6 or 8 hearts. It was not enough, and I was getting creamed. I had like no armor upgrades. I was not ready for it. But because I played Breath of the Wild, I was able to kind of survive. Ooh, that just came off. How about that? Because I played Breath of the Wild recently, I was good at parrying and all that stuff, so I was able to like survive for a lot longer what should have been like too challenging and would have made me want to give up and quit. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom felt like Master Mode Breath of the Wild at the start. Disagree on combat difficulty. Go on. Go on. I thought it was too hard too quick. Did your experience scale more appropriately? For me, once I got like a bunch of hearts and armor, especially the armor, once I upgraded armor, I was good. I was in good shape. I was having fun every combat, and that was great. But it was just before I got to that point that I was still struggling. Part of the struggle I was wondering at the time is is this like a Dark Souls where I'm supposed to be avoiding these enemies until I'm strong enough to come back later? Or is it, you know, like that, like if that's true, which I thought it was, then why do the armor upgrades require pieces and parts from these monsters that I'm not strong enough to kill? Oh, Jarbotrop says neither Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom are difficult, but Oracle of Ages is more difficult. I will not disagree that Oracle of Ages was really hard. That is absolutely true. Is absolutely true. I guess I mean more that like Tears of the Kingdom, I don't think it, or Breath of the Wild for that matter, I don't think either of them were meant to be challenging, difficult games. I think they were intended to be approachable games that anyone can play, and I think they just botched it a little bit, that Tears of the Kingdom was a little bit too challenging. And by that I mean like you would get like one hit killed by a lot of monsters until you're able to get to armor upgrades or enough heart pieces to like survive. So you're right, like challenging for me, it wasn't like I don't think I died once after 100 hours, maybe even 80 hours. I never died again after that. But early on I did a few times. It was never too much of a challenge, but I felt bad about people who came into Tears of the Kingdom with no Breath of the Wild experience. I think they would have been, they would not have been able to handle that, I don't think. At least most of them. The kind of approachable people that Nintendo usually like to have play their games, if that makes sense. Jarbshop's also an Elden Ring and Dark Souls guy, so for him, that combat is certainly not challenging. For me, a guy who does not play Elden Ring or Dark Souls because I don't enjoy the challenge of them, then it was a bit of a struggle for me. Sort of. I mean, struggle for me is probably not the correct term. It's more, I thought it was too challenging as a whole for most audiences. Oh, there's Quake 4. Looking good. Just gonna, oh, you know what? Yeah, let's give it one more all-purpose cleaner bath. Ooh, this one's coming up colors. This one needed it. I almost skipped this step, and it's the one who was probably the dirtiest outside of all of them. Ew, gross. That was on my game. You think either tears or breath depend on... Oh, you like either tears or breath depend where you go on and when. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, so the difficulty is based on, like, how hard did you make it? Like, did you go the wrong place first? I think that's absolutely fair. I just think it could have been a little bit better about, if you are getting challenged, here are some things to make it easier. So, like, here's where the armor upgrades are. Here's where... I mean, I guess heart containers are itself, you know. You just go find the shrines. That's not too bad. That one makes sense. But I just don't think there's a ton of tools for those who did struggle. Not that that was me. I thought the game was easy. Child's play. It's for babies. All right, I think that's going to do it for me. Thanks, everybody, for coming by. That was a lot of fun. We cleaned a lot of games. We got a much better stack. I can put a bunch of my Xbox games away. I can put all these games in my collection and then put them away where they live. Very exciting. I'm going to try to come back again tomorrow, I think, for some sort of gameplay stream. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what console it's going to be on. But tomorrow morning, I'm going to try to put something into this computer that I can stream out here to you guys. But like I said, gonna do it for me. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day and rest of your weekend if I don't see you. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.